Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. We actually don't have any voyage rewards to collect because I've actually been playing Pokemon Violet. It's about time. I know I'm behind. A lot of people have already played it and beat it and everything and are doing some terrestrial raids or whatever. I don't know what it is now, but I am behind, and so I wanted to get started on that. I'm not very far. I just got the Miraidon ride Pokemon, the box legendary or whatever. Like, you get them pretty early on. But once you make it to the academy, where the paths kind of branch out, like, you finally are able to actually ride him and then travel with it as your mount or whatever. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, not very far because it's hard to find time to play, but that means I haven't played this game in a while. So, and I realized after watching last week's recording that I didn't go through the abilities that the two new classes we unlocked have. So, here's Spirit Master. I think we already went through Healthbringer. This is just sort of like a regeneration spell kind of thing. It's just a spirit that restores allies' HP 3 times at regular intervals. And then there's Banish. Perform a light magic attack on a target or all targets. Devotion. Restore a target's MP by an amount equal to 20% of the user's max MP. Interesting. Oh, Regeneration. Restore 10% of a target's HP at the end of their turn. Effect will remain until actively removed. Banish Ra, powerful light magic attack. Re-raise, a selected ally will be automatically revived if knocked out. Effect will remain until target has been revived or effect is removed. Spirit Bringer, summon a spirit that will restore all allies' MP 3 times at regular intervals. 2 spirits cannot be summoned at once. Summoning a new spirit will cause any existing spirit to disappear. Subjob Penalty 1, this is a passive. The first specialty listed for the user's subjob is activated. Basuna Bringer, summon a spirit that will perform Basuna on all allies 3 times at regular intervals. Banish Ga, extremely powerful light magic. Pure Bringer, summon a spirit that will remove status effects from all allies 3 times at regular intervals. Interesting. And then Holy, perform an incredibly powerful light magic attack on a target. Oh, just one target, okay. Here is the special ability Holy Mist. Greatly restore all allies' HP and apply regenerate/re-raise effects. Cool. And then speciality Spirited Defense. When spirits summoned by abilities are present, instant death effects and status ailments that render their target inactive, sleep, paralysis, dread, berserk, confusion, charm, stop, and freezing are prevented, and as long as HP is at 20% or higher, the user can survive any attack with 1 HP. Interesting. Okay. So I just realized that special abilities and speciality are 2 different things. So I guess speciality is just that job's like perk, you know, like you have this job, so there's a little perk that you get from being this job. And I don't know, I didn't realize that so many different jobs have different specialities, and that it's different than the special ability, the big attack that you can do. I never realized that. I need to go back and look at all the other specialities and all that stuff, because that might help me figure out what class combinations I want to do for later in the game. Anyway, let's go back and look at Swordmaster, and then we can wrap this up and continue with the story. So for Swordmaster, we already read about Solid Stance. Adopt a stance from which the attack command is automatically performed twice every time it is selected. Then we have Fluid Stance. Adopt a counter-attacking stance from which the user will automatically hit back against any attack aimed at them. Then we have a passive Counter. 50% chance of answering any physical attack with a counter-attack. Will not be triggered by attacks that target the entire party. Solid Right Style. Usable when in Solid Stance. Perform a physical attack on a target that will delay their next turn. Fluid Left Style. Usable when in Fluid Stance. When attacked, hits back with a physical strike that will reduce the opponent's BP by 1. This will happen every time the user is attacked until their next turn, even if they have a negative number of BP. Wow. And then passive Out with a Bang. When the user is knocked unconscious, a hugely powerful physical attack will be unleashed on the perpetrator and their allies. Divide Attention. For 4 turns, the user will be targeted as frequently as their most frequently targeted ally. Fourfold Flurry. Perform 4 physical attacks on a target in quick succession. Then a passive, 2 hands are better than 1. Oh, equipping a sword, axe, spear, or staff in the user's right hand will result in its being used with both hands, increasing its stat to 1.4 times normal level. The user's left hand must be empty. Solid/usable when in solid stance, perform a powerful physical attack on the target and bring the user's next turn around more quickly. And then fluid flow, usable when in fluid stance, when attacked, hit back with a powerful physical strike that will increase the user's BP by 1. This will happen every time the user is attacked until their next turn, even if they have a negative number of BP. Cool, and then a passive multitask, 33% chance of any regular attack being followed up with a further quick physical attack. That's really cool. Okay, well, let's continue the story. You'll need to hurry if you want to get a good spot for the next judgment. Archbishop Dominic's going to do this one himself. Oh. Another judgment already? Feels like there's one every other day lately. It's just interesting hearing these townspeople and what they have to say. Hurry up, we'll look proper suspicious if we're late for the start of the judgment. Looks like Helios found another victim. Lord of Dragons, watch over them. Yeah, you guys are next. I haven't done anything wrong. The Lord of Dragon wants us to hunt down the fairies, doesn't he? So I may have bent the truth a bit, but, well, it was for the right reasons. Cowards. The mountains north of town are sacred. The Lord of Dragon lives there in a place called the Serpent's Grotto. That's what they say anyway. No one ever goes up there, see. There's nothing but snow and ice and horrible monsters. Yeah. Pretty sad what happened to Father Rydian, you know, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? He recognized, you know, in his defense, he recognized that he was a part of the problem too. I mean, it's like, you know, you're okay with it until it's your child who's, you know, getting wrongfully blamed or accused. Martha's in danger, we have to go and help her. Yeah, and so it's just like, yeah, in the past it was other people's kids, you know? We've got to save Martha, nothing else matters right now. I know. I won't let them take Martha, I can't. No worries, hopefully we'll get there in time this time.
I hereby call this judgment to order. But Bishop Helios not here. Who's going to be in charge?
Fear not, brothers and sisters, I shall preside.
Good day, Your Grace. I hope that you are well.
Spare me your fawning, child. You stand accused of being one of them. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
I've done nothing wrong. All I did was pass on the words of the Master himself. And he says the judgments have to stop.
Nonsense! Will that be all?
No. There's something I want to ask you.
Then ask it.
Do you really believe that the Lord of Dragons speaks to you?
What nonsense is this? I am his Archbishop. How could I possibly believe otherwise?
I believe you when you say that. But that little voice you hear? That's your own thoughts, your own desires speaking to you. It's almost sad when you think about it.
To hold your Archbishop in contempt is to hold the people of Rheimdall and their most sacred beliefs in contempt. And in doing so, you only deepen the suspicion against you. You will stand before your people and face the judgment of the Lord. This, and only this, can lift the stain of suspicion from upon you.
Lord of Dragons, watch over you! Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
Oh, we actually made it this time.
No! Get out of the way! Martha!
Oh, hello, you lot. It's very nice of you to come. But I think this might be it for me. Can you tell Master Gwydion I'm sorry I wasn't able to do as he asked?
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all! Lord of Dragons, watch over us all!
And with this, the last of those who stand against me falls. My power is made absolute.
Super suspicious.
Lord of Dragons, watch over us all.
No! We got a special cutscene for her. Oh, they actually broke through.
Hold tight.
What?
Going up.
What? You're
Don't talk. You'll bite your tongue.
you're a fairy.
And? You scared?
No. But why didn't you say something sooner? I can't believe how beautiful you are.
What? When did you get so gooey? Shut up and hold on.
My mouth is wide open. I could not expect that. Wow. I mean, she's been so secretive about her past and anything that... Yeah, that's crazy.
Adele, you're a...
I know. I was as flabbergasted as you are.
I don't mean to offend you, Martha, but I'm not sure I believe you.
What's that supposed to mean? My eyes nearly popped out of my head when I saw.
But... What?
Speechless for once, huh? Now that really is flabbergasting.
Ah! A fairy! An actual fairy! Run! Run!
Good. We can use the confusion to make our escape.
Yeah, good idea.
Elvis, snap out of it or we're leaving you behind.
What the heck just happened? She's a... fairy! Aye! Aye! Where are you lot off to? Come back here! Wait for me! I think we'll be safe here. For a minute, maybe. But they'll find us before long.
Yeah, you should leave town. Go to Inderno.
Friends,
Oh.
over here. Father Ridian. My home will provide refuge for a short while at least. Follow me.
Will it, though? Your daughter just got killed. I mean...
Please, make yourselves at home.
Why are you helping us? You know what just happened, right?
It was you who told me of the Lord of Dragon's true wishes, and of Helio's treachery. Although I must confess to having been a little surprised to discover your true form.
Aye, you're not the only one, pal. What's the big idea? Not telling your travelling companion and trusted pal that you were a fairy all along?
Sorry. We're not supposed to tell people. In fact, we're not even supposed to leave our village. They keep it hidden behind all kinds of magic wards so no one from the outside can find it.
You must have had a very good reason for leaving. Are you allowed to tell us what that might be?
Her sister.
I suppose now's as good a time as any. I think I told you before that I'm looking for my sister, right? Well, she disappeared from our village after stealing all the asterisks.
You what? So the asterisks belong to the fairies?
Yes, we made them a very long time ago. Took all the knowledge of the greatest masters of the professions and sealed it away inside. Anyway, I left to look for my sister so I could bring her and them home. So, when I met someone who happened to be looking for the asterisks too...
You naturally thought that certain someone would make a fine companion in the search for your wayward sister.
Something like that. And then, we heard about this woman giving asterisks out to people. And I realized it had to be her. I only wish I knew why she's doing what she's doing.
Come quietly, you. Leave us alone. We don't know anything. Then why are you running away, hmm? Admit it. You're fairies, too. A lot of you. We're not. I promise. Take them away.
I fear there will be no stopping the chaos now that a fairy has finally been discovered in our midst. If only we had seen the truth sooner.
I think we'd better go to the Hall of High Holies and resolve this matter once and for all, don't you?
But Gloria...
I'm coming too.
No, you are not. Look at you, You're covered in bruises. They must have put you through hell.
Father Rydian, will you look after Martha for us?
But of course, child.
But...
Don't worry, Martha. I'll go instead.
No need to look so glum. We'll be back before you know it.
All right, but be careful, won't you?
Man, that's crazy. Oh, party chat. A fairy for a friend. Crikey, I still can't quite get my head around it. You're really a fairy, Adele? You? A fairy? A flippin' fairy? Alright, Elvis, we get it. We're all as surprised as you are. Yes, I really had thought that such creatures only existed in children's stories. Well, not only are they real, we're friends with one. Who knew? I mean, nah, they're real, right enough. Your wings, I mean. Of course they're real, you idiot. Because as I wish you'd get into your thick skull, I really am a fairy. You really are. Gosh, what a surprise. But now that I've seen it, it certainly doesn't seem strange, you flying around like you did. Yeah, it was a shock at first, but almost right away it was like you'd always looked that way. And you're still the same underneath, right? You're just you, but with wings? Just me? Well, that's charming. Still, I guess I should be grateful I'm with people who are at least as understanding as you guys. I'm lucky you didn't run off screaming the second I unfolded my wings. Ha! As if we'd go and do that. Sure, we were surprised, but who wouldn't have been? But you're still you, just Adele. Exactly. Hehehe. Huh. Yeah, thanks a bunch, guys. We priests must take responsibility for the atrocities that have been committed in our name, but before we can do so, we will need your help. The people of Rheimdall must not suffer for what we have done. Their faith has been pure and true throughout. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised Adele turned out to be a fairy, but I'm even more surprised that I never noticed. Doesn't say much for my scholarly credentials, eh? What's she even doing tagging along with such a dunderhead? Ah, you heard me. I'm a dunderhead. There's no other word for it. It's time to go to the Hall of High Holies and put an end to these ridiculous fairy trials once and for all. Listen, I want to say something. I'm sorry I didn't tell you I was a fairy, okay? I'm sorry I kept it from you all this time. And I want to say thank you too. Thank you for not treating me any differently after I told you. Can you imagine the guts it'd take to out yourself as a fairy in that situation? Still, I'd expect nothing less of Adele. You'll take good care of her for me, won't you? Hehe, what am I saying? Of course you will. I'm pretty sure a boss battle is coming up. We should be okay. Right? Yeah, I think we should be fine. Oh, our quest. I have to know more. I have to find out what really makes them tick. That's the spirit. Spirit monsters are so interesting, don't you think? I mean, do you think they're even alive or what? I'd need to investigate them up close to know for sure, but I'll need some bait to lure them in. Collect some soul food from defeated kitty cates or other sources. We get a monstrous melody? ×2? Huh. I mean, we have enough already. It's interesting we just turn it right in. I've got my bait at last. Now I can lure in some spirit monsters and study them up close and personal. I owe you one, and don't worry, I know the risks. Whatever happens, I won't have any regrets. I'll happily put my life on the line in the quest for knowledge, and who knows, maybe there's a spirit monster out there who's interested in humans too. Alright. Well, if that wasn't the quickest side quest we've ever completed, not complaining. Just checking real quick if there are others. Okay. Let's see what you have to say. Only the guilty have cause to flee. Only the guilty have cause to make excuses. Seize the accused. Crazy people. No, please. No more judgments. Alright, let's see what this crazy dude has to say. No, he's in the back room. Oh, of course there's a dungeon on the way to see him. Sorry I didn't say. Oh, okay. I'll share my thoughts after this. Look, I'm sorry, okay? Alright, what for? What do you mean, what for? For not telling you I'm a fairy, of course. Oh, that. I'd almost forgotten. Heh. Stop it. Look, I just need you to know that I wasn't trying to trick you or anything. Seriously, I'm not bothered in the slightest, and I doubt anyone else is either. Stop getting so het up about it. Het up? I think I get why you're upset, Adele, and I understand why you didn't say anything. You were scared, weren't you? Huh? You didn't know how a load of humans would react when they found out one of their friends was a fairy, did you? So that's it, is it? Well, it's easy for me to say, I know, but you needn't have worried. I, for one, certainly am not going to be treating you any differently just because you've a wee pair of wings. It really is easy for you to say, though. Poor Adele must have been bricking it. He's right. I was just too scared of what might happen. But thanks. I feel a little better having talked it through with you both. Maybe you're not so bad. Too right we're not, so no more worrying, alright? Okay. I was just thinking that, like, if we hadn't gone back into Father Ridian's house and, like, talked to each member of the party, that... Look at these punks running away from us. Don't you want to take me to get judged? Jerk. Anyway, if we had not talked to the party individually, like back in Father Ridian's house, we wouldn't have heard Adele say that she's sorry for lying. You know, she apologized to Tiz. I almost said Tiz. She apologized to Seth, and I just think it was a nice moment. It was nice of them to. It was nice of her to apologize to him, and so it was cool to see that in a party chat. Also, that that she is, you know, feeling bad about it. That she wishes she didn't lie to everybody.
I am so lucky to have friends I can rely on.
So exciting.
Oh wow, Adele mastered Bard, so we need to figure out what she's gonna be. Oh, she's never been a red mage. Yeah, red mage and white mage, that'll be good. Because otherwise they're spirit master, but I don't know. Alright, let's have her be a red mage real quick. Oh, her outfit's a little different. It's cool. Yeah, it's not as like plain as the guys. At least I don't remember the guys one being as fancy. Got this little chain and everything. Oh yeah, what is monstrous melody? Can be used to lure monsters of all families into continuous battles. Interesting. That's the reward that we got from that kid who wanted us to get him some ingredients or whatever, or something. I don't know. It was a super fast quest that we did. Anyway, let's continue on.
Almighty Earth!
Looks like we did it.
I wonder what's next for me. So exciting.
Come and get it! See how you like this? Yeah! Hey! I'll drink to that.
No way, this is just a dead end? Oh, there we go. Nasty surprise. Oh no, Tenguyan, okay. What is that?
Let me see.
A bad one?
And get it. See how you like this? Yeah! I've got a little something for you.
Our quest must go on.
Oh man, I should say Gloria and Elvis. Oh, they're about to reach max max job
Come,
class.
let us fight.
And I don't know what we'll do when we get there.
Allow me.
Oh, 3 Abaddons, okay.
Maelstrom of magic assail you. Primordial forces consume you. Nothing to worry about.
Let
You
me at 'em.
jerk. That's the one I was gonna capture. Ah, it's okay. No, I didn't mean to default.
Ha! Let's go. I've got a little something for you.
Too easy.
New powers, huh?
Large JP orb obtained. Cool. I think what I'm gonna do is I really want to use Shield Master, so I think what I'm gonna do is maybe change him to Dragoon or something like that. So it's between Berserker and Dragoon. Why don't we try Berserker? His secondary class can be Shield Master. He looks pretty cool. I like it. Let's just make sure that he's got the right equipment. And I'll just keep Gloria as a salve maker. The reason I'm switching them around like this, or at least switching Elvis, is because I don't want him to be at a low job class level by the time we make it to the boss. And so I'm switching him so he can start over with a new class right now, so that if it's too low by the time we make it to the boss at the end of this dungeon, then we can always just switch back to his secondary. Then with Gloria, she's a salve maker. It's fine. If she maxes that out right now, that's okay.
There's no way we're losing this
Either way,
one.
she's only got like 100 job points left until she maxes it out. We'll have to
Here I
switch
go.
anyway. We're probably going to get a lot of job points from the boss. More than 100, and so I think, you know, I'm just going to let her get to it right now and, you know, finding these, you know, trash mobs. And then we can start over with a new class with her. And we got that large JP orb right now, so from one of the chests, so we can just use that on the new class. It'll at least take her to like job level 6 or something. So anyway, probably didn't need to say all that, but it is what it is.
You ready for this? Now this is interesting.
Another step in the right direction.
Hey! New tricks, eh?
Well, there we go. She mastered it, and I actually kind of like the class. I'm gonna go ahead and switch her up then. And what a shame, because it's just Salve Maker was pretty good. Well, let's have her be a Spirit Master then, see what that looks like. Wow, cool. Oh, she's overloaded, I didn't even realize. Let's change up her equipment then. Oak Staff. Alright, I'm glad we were able to get this floor out of the way. I wasn't sure if I should have continued down that path, but I'm glad that we continued to follow it. And I'm glad that I continued to be persistent with like checking all the walls and stuff like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have found that secret area where there were 2 treasure chests. I mean, yeah. Well, we can interact with that. Let's try the upper area. Remedy. What else? Uh-huh. There has to be a secret path. Okay, maybe it's up there. How do we get up there?
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Let me at 'em.
Oh, Holy Wand. She's new.
Yeah!
Let us continue on our way. Another step in the right direction.
Hooray!
There we go.
Try this for size. Yeah!
Let us continue on our way.
One must never stop learning.
Hey! New tricks, eh?
Cool.
Our quest must go on. New powers flow within me.
Hey! New tricks, eh?
Alright guys, check this out. I could have probably gotten the fourth one in there, but it actually took me a while to round up these three.
I can really do it. Wow! Another one bites the dust.
I'm getting kind of used to fighting now.
One must never stop learning.
Wow, that was really worth it. Crazy amounts of JP. Okay. Oh, we could really grind here if we wanted to. Even though they're running away from us, I just feel like the enemies are pretty challenging. It might be because we have new job classes, I don't know. Oh man, I guess we're here already. Or maybe not, I don't know. In the Hall of High Holies. The Hall of High Holies really is a marvel. The faith of the people of Rheimdall can work wonders when put to good use. That it can. They built it right here where the first one of my ancestors came down from on high, you know. And from that moment on, they worshipped the dragons. Yep, this place is kind of a monument to the first time our two kinds met. I once read that the mere sight of it was enough to take one's breath away, and it's true. It's as if the building itself has been built from the devotion of the people who worship here. Yeah, shame it reeks of death like nobody's business. I should feel all the calm and serene coming in here, but instead I just feel antsy. Yes, the quiet here is no longer the stillness of worship. It is the silence of mourning, whether the Archbishop realizes it or not. Well, there's such a thing as faith being too blind, as he's more than proving. If Dad's voice isn't even getting through to him, things must be really bad. Well, while we may sympathize, we cannot allow the situation to continue. We must put an end to this once and for all. That we must. Dad's counting on you, and so am I. Is this really the end of it though? Like, we have so many chests that we have yet to find. What is this, just stairs? Okay, alright. Okay, this is like a clock. Let's start at 12 o'clock. See what we find here. Seems like it just goes up. Well, we need to go back down to find the missing treasure chest from down there. I don't know. But maybe we're going up just so that we can go down again. I don't know. Look, there's 6 treasure chests in this one. Alright. And counterclockwise. Down to 9 o'clock. Nothing here. Wow. And 6 o'clock. Nothing. Wow. Wait a minute. Sneaky, sneaky. That was pointless. Oh. Is that where we need to go? Let's just see. Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought it triggered a movie. Let's get out of here. I was about to restart. Oh man. Okay, so that's where we need to go. It didn't even have a marker on it though. Like when we coming in through the secret path, right? That's where we came from. So if we head down this way, oh, it just goes in a big circle. I guess I just didn't realize that I was going up the where the main objective was. Yeah. I think I just didn't notice it. Man, this can't be it. I definitely must have missed something. Man, it's pretty annoying that haven't found all the treasures, and that was the last area. I really must have walked past everything somehow. Yeah, part of me is just really tempted to go through this whole thing and see, like, just run into every wall, because that's the only way. It's the only way. I missed something. How is it that there are still 2 chests on this floor? I mean, you guys know how thorough I am. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Man. Well, I think I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do and check every corner of this place. And if nothing comes out, then I'll cut to me saying, yeah, there was nothing. But if I end up finding new treasure, then I'll cut to that. So, anyway, I'll let you know. See ya. What? I did not expect that. That's so funny. I'm sure in the editing, I won't cut that. Like, cause it was like right after I said, well, see you guys after the cut or whatever. And then literally right afterwards. Oh, okay. And then the second, oh my goodness. I really walked past all this. Wow. Okay. You know what? I am a dummy, because these books are a clue that there's a hallway of books. That's what that's there for. To clue you in. So every time I see those books, I should know that there's a path. There's a secret path. Huh. I'm gonna continue trying to be very thorough because of, yep, because of that. Hidden surprise? Oh no, acorn hat. Cool. I feel like that was an item in Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, there was a lot I missed. So I'm gonna continue looking. There's another one. Ooh, nasty surprise. Have not had one of those yet this episode.
Come on, then. Let's have it.
What's the plan?
Try this for size. I've got a little something for you. Yahar! Yahar!
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Alright, just one more. Can't believe I didn't notice that. There's the treasure chest. But it looks like stairs are where we enter to that area through stairs. So then how do we get those stairs? Oh, is this it? Yeah, there we go. Oof, okay, 13,400. It's pretty good. Wait a minute, there's still 2 chests in here. I forgot. I completely forgot. It just like turned my brain off, and I was like, I'm just gonna wander through these halls without thinking about anything. But there are two chests still. Oh, there's one of them, all the way to the right. Alright, this is it. Sands of Time. There we go. Nasty surprise, of course.
You're in for a treat.
Oh, 4 of these
Guess it's my
guys.
turn.
From of magic may fail you of my...
How you like this? Everyone okay?
One must never stop learning.
Summoner's Axe? Cool. Wow, that's way better. A strange and sinister axe that's said to have the power to summon demons. I mean, is that true? Like, and it just looks like it doesn't have any special abilities. But it's very strong though, so... But I think I really will put Elvis back to Shield Master. He's very, very squishy as this class. Alright, can I go ahead and save here? Well, before I use a tent, I'm gonna move around jobs and equipment and stuff. So like I said, I'll put Elvis back as a Shield Master. Vanguard is a second ability, or second job class. Gloria can stay, I think. Maybe she can change into a white mage. And then Adele. Yeah, maybe we'll have her be a Pictomancer as her second class. Okay, now let's use a tent. It's too bad Seth is a gambler. It would really suck if we like beat this and then his job class prevented him from getting any PEG or any JP. It's just 0 while everybody else is getting like hundreds of job points. Anyway, let's see what happens.
If you have come here merely to obstruct me in my prayers, I beg of you, begone.
And who or what are you praying to? Surely not the fire crystal.
I pray to the crystal not as an object in and of itself, but as a symbol of the favor shown me by my lord and master. Only the Lord of Dragons possesses the power to answer his children's prayers, and only unto me, his most beloved, does he deign to speak.
I hate to break it to you, but according to him, his voice hasn't been getting through to you for a while.
Blasphemy! Did the cold that gripped the land since time immemorial not lift in response to my prayers? Was the crystal of fire not delivered unto me in recognition of my unwavering faith? It is only a matter of time before the sacred stone grants me its blessing, that I might guide my people on the way ahead. Yea, and verily, he who possesses the crystal possesses the Master's undisputed favor, and with it, the right to rule over Heimdall as the Lord of Dragons' chosen king.
You're wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. But you refuse to see it, and Gwydion and Martha are suffering because of you. Do you have any idea how much it must hurt him to be unable to protect his beloved people? And how much it must hurt Martha to have to see it? What you're doing is unforgivable, and you're not going to get away with it.
I totally forgot to auto-equip Elvis's equipment.
rages, which destroys, which grants life anew. That which once rewarded the queen of fairy kind with its favor.
Huh?
Great changes are afoot. There is one who seeks to break the chains which hold the Night's Nexus in bondage. Chains long held in place by fairy kind. And who would seek to achieve such an end?
My sister. I thought as much. I still can't figure out why, though. But at least I know what I have to do now. I have to lead everyone to her. Me, Gloria, and the others. We have to find her. And when we do, I'll stop her. Whatever she's doing. I'll make sure of it. We just have to keep going until then.
My power is yours. That your quest might be successful, and the Night's Nexus be laid in chains once more.
Alright, she finally gets hers. As a result of receiving the Fire Crystal's blessing, Adele can now perform special abilities. If that is what her music sounds like for her special ability, I really liked it.
The crystal's blessing? No! Again! No!
Again?
Am I to be passed over once more? Just as I was 50 years ago? Why? Why am I not chosen? Why choose a feckless, faithless fairy over me yet again? I am the people's savior. The crystal is mine, and you shall not have it!
Savior my wings. You're a fraud. And I'm going to keep my promise to Gwydion if it's the last thing I do.
You know what? Where is Helio in all this?
This should be fun.
The Lord's judgment will be passed upon you!
Time to play my
What
trump
class is he?
cards.
Alright, I totally forgot to, yeah, like I said, change up the equipment for Elvis here, so he won't be as
Prepare to meet your
strong
maker.
as he won't be as tanky, unfortunately.
Lend us your power. A little magical
Fucking same
Lend
thing.
us
Come
your
on.
power. A little magical assistance. Woohoo! It's time to get serious.
He's weak to darkness? Okay.
Okay then. I've got a little something for you.
Face your judgment.
Want to see what I can really do?
Wow, he stopped me.
Here, this'll help.
Such power. Now you've made me mad.
Behold the might of his draconic majesty!
You know what? You take it.
It's time to get serious. Spirits aid me.
You saved my bacon. See how you like this.
Okay, what's the plan?
Time to play my trump cards.
Now you've made me mad.
Ow! You
know what?
You are about to witness my true power. Lend us your
That's
power.
what I'm talking
Spirits
about.
protect us. Magical assistance. Lend us your power.
That feels great.
Oh, immediately used that. Jackass. It's freaking knocked out my guy. Come on.
This'll do it.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
It's time to get serious. Does that feel better?
I'm back in the game. Let's see how you like this. You know what, eh?
Get
You know what,
splintered.
eh?
Prepare for impact.
Spirits fight!
Try this for size.
Face your judgment.
Want to see what I can really do? Aye, this should do it.
Thank you for your
Yeah,
assistance.
this'll help.
I shall fight with all
Now
my
you've
strength.
made
me mad. Spirits aid me.
Cheers. I
This
know
will
you
make
want.
me feel better.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
Spirits find thee.
Prepare to meet your maker. A little magical
Hey, you're
assistance.
talking.
Lend us your power.
Fucking 10 times tougher.
It's time to get serious. Yeah, get ready.
Bring the heart.
Okay, what's the plan? See how you like this. Let's go.
Now you've made me mad. Does that feel better? Check this out. Let's see how you deal with this.
Time to play my trump cards. Aye, this should do it.
Things suddenly look much brighter. You are about to witness my true power. A little magical assistance. Lend us your power. I need it.
I'll cover you. No! I can take it!
I missed a fight another day.
Thank you. Prepare for impact.
Behold the might of his draconic majesty!
Prepare to meet your maker. Be healed. Thanks for your help. Does that feel better? It's time to get serious. Ha! Get ready. Hey, stop it!
Face your judgment.
You may feel a little sting. Hey, and stop it. Sorry.
Want to see what I can really do? This'll help.
Thank you for your assistance.
Here she goes.
You are about to witness my true power. Holy Spirit, heal me. Spirit, protect us. A little magical assistance. I need it.
Thanks.
I'll cover you. No! I'll cover you. No! Still
A
standing.
mere scratch. Now you've made me
Wow.
mad.
That was a loud scream.
This'll make you feel better. Thank you.
Behold the might of his draconic majesty!
Time to play my trump cards.
Oof. Not even halfway. Okay.
Aye, this should do it.
Here we go.
I needed that.
Prepare to meet your maker. Be healed. Let me help you.
Feeling good. Okay, what's the plan? Better cover up.
It's time to get serious. Hey, try this.
I can take it. I can take
Guess
it.
it's my turn. Get some. Come on.
Yeah.
You are about to witness my true power. Does that feel better?
Cheers. I owe you one.
Now you've made me mad.
Want to see what I can really do? Safety first. No.
Okay, what's the plan?
Spirits find
Prepare
thee!
to meet your maker. I must endure. It's time to get serious.
Let's see how you like this. Time to play my trump cards.
You are about to witness my true power. Now you've made me mad.
Want to see what I can really do? Safety first. I'll cover you. No. Bring your heart.
It's time to get serious. You don't want to miss this. It's about to blow a blade gale. That'll teach you to mess with me.
Let's go. I've got a little something for you.
Behold the might of his
The tide of battle
draconic
is lost.
majesty! Face your judgment.
Let's keep it up. Time to take a step back. I'll cover you. No. Ow! No fear. You don't want it.
I shall
Okay, then.
prevail.
Yar. Come on.
Spirits find thee. You are clearly a foe to be reckoned with. And yet, your abilities pale in comparison to mine. O mighty asterisk, lend me your strength, that I might show these sinners the true power of the Oracle.
And again. Be healed.
That was a close one, eh?
Does that feel better?
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
This should do it. You're no fun. No way.
Time to play my trump cards.
Lend me your might, O Lord.
Okay. Spirits, aid me. Ha! This'll make you feel better. Prepare to meet your maker. Lend us your power. Let's go. Full speed. A little magical assistance. I need it.
Want to see what I can really do? Time to take a step back.
Here it comes.
Behold the might of his
Come on.
draconic
Maybe I can try something else?
majesty!
Let's see now. You are about to witness my true power. Let me help you.
Face your judgment.
Time to play my trump cards. Safety first. Brace yourself. This will
Here I
hurt.
go. You may feel a little sting. Prepare to meet your maker. No worse than I shall prevail.
No! I'm done. I owe you one.
Want to see what I can really do? Time to take a step back.
All right then. Does that feel better?
Feeling good.
Spirits, aid me.
I owe you one. Come and get it. Yeah.
You are about to witness my true power. Lend us your
can
power.
get used to this.
A little magical assistance.
Nice.
Does that feel better?
Thanks.
Time to play my trump card. Now, pay close attention. My shield's big enough for all of us.
I can get used to this.
See? I've got my uses.
Let's keep this up. Come on.
Spirits find thee.
Stop healing him.
Face your
It never picks Earth until
I
now.
needed that.
This'll make you feel better.
I owe you one.
We must press our advantage. I must endure.
Spirits find thee. Kneel before his power.
I'll cover you. No, still standing. I'll cover you.
Feeling good, and on and on. Yeah, time for my trump card.
I live to fight another day.
Dig deep, guys.
They must not have a moment to breathe. Ha!
Let's see how you like this. Right, let's see.
They got me.
Behold the might of his draconic majesty!
Get some. Ha! Hit him where it
Spirits
hurts.
find thee.
Spirits aid me. This will make
I
me
need
feel
that.
better. Does that feel better?
Behold the might of his draconic majesty!
Here I go. Huh. Come on. Ow. That was a good one.
And again, lend us your
a little
power.
magical
Let me help you.
You saved my bacon there. Time to take a step back.
Prepare to meet your maker. I have to protect
Guess
myself.
it's my turn. Huh.
Here I go.
I'll cover you. No, I'll cover you. No, still standing. You rang?
I'm up, huh? This will make you feel better.
I'm back in the
Ready?
game.
You may feel a little shaky.
Spirits find
You
thee.
are about to witness my true power. Does that feel better?
Thanks. Okay, what's the plan? Here it comes. Ow.
Lend me your might, O Lord.
Right, let's see.
Get some.
Face your judgment.
Eat this. Ha! Hit him where it
Prepare
hurts.
to meet your maker. I must endure.
Here I go. Ha! This should do it.
You rang? Stress buckle down.
Spirits find
You are about
thee.
to witness my true power. Let me help you.
What's the plan? Ha!
Let's see how you like this. Right, let's see. Time to take a step back.
Here I go. Here it comes. Ow. Get some.
Behold the might of his
Prepare to
draconic
meet your
majesty!
Lend us your power.
Thanks for your help. All right then. Yeah! Get ready. You may feel a little sting.
I'll cover you.
Feeling good.
I'll cover you.
Oh, that hurt.
You're no fun.
You are about to witness my true power. Now, let me see. Please, hear my prayers.
Sorry to be a pain.
May the crystals guide us.
Thanks.
You have not defeated me yet. I am to be the savior of this kingdom, the savior of this world. It is inconceivable that I might fall. Lord of Dragons, grant me your power, your protection. Help me bring retribution to bear upon those who would stand
Can't take you
in my
seriously
way.
with you flipping your arrow like
Right,
it's a
let's
drumstick.
see. Stress buckle down. Taste his wrath.
In the name of our Lord and Master.
No,
Sorry.
no.
The heck just happened?
Here goes.
A little magical assistance. Lend us your power.
Wonderful.
Sacred powers
Thanks for your
restore
help.
you.
How thoughtful of you. I'm up, huh?
He's still only halfway. Oh, jeez.
I'll cover you.
I needed that. Guess it's my turn. Yar! Ow!
No, no. Taste his wrath.
Lend me your might, O Lord.
Ah, I'm done.
Ow! No fear.
Oh, that hurt. Okay.
Wow. You can't keep doing that. What the heck? Oh my god. He really can't handle any more of that. And he gets to go again. Like, that's really crazy.
Does that feel better? Spirits aid me.
You saved my bacon there. I owe you one. Want to see what I can really do? Alrighty, I've got this. My shield's big enough for all of us.
Let's go. Full
What do you
speed
say to
ahead.
that, then, eh? Keep it coming.
So what the heck, dude? You can't keep doing that. What?
Get some. Here, try this.
Much better. A little magical assistance.
talking.
Spirit protect. Holy Spirit, seal with powers, restoring.
In the name of our Lord and Master.
The buck won't stop with me. Let's do it. It's about to blow a blade gale. Pretty good, right?
Let him have it. This'll do it. Oh, that's the stuff. I'm back in business.
Let's see how you like this.
Here, try this.
Lend me your mouth, O Lord.
He's out of MP? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, okay. I can't waste this opportunity.
This will make you feel better.
Doing good.
This will make you
A
feel
welcome
better.
intervention.
Right, let's see. I'll cover you. We're on fire.
Shoot, man. He still hits so hard.
Here I go. Time for my trump card.
Thank you.
Our voyage isn't over yet.
Holy Spirit,
Sorry,
seal
over
with
here.
powers.
I only want
Holy
one.
Spirit,
How
seal.
does that feel better?
Yeah, that's the way. Let's buckle down. Doing good.
What's the plan? This will show you off. Does that feel better?
Fight
Okay,
another
what's
day.
the plan? Huh?
No, stop. He. Oh my goodness. He like never picks Earth. Like this whole time in the dungeon on the way to this place, he never picked Earth,
Aye, that should do
and
it.
now he's picking Earth.
Spirit,
You have no
this will make
fight.
you feel better.
Thanks. Here I go. Okay, this'll do it. Here, try this.
Here I go. Yeah. Ha! This will show you off.
Lend us your
A little
power.
magical
Lend us your
assistance.
power.
Magical
Change,
assistance.
suffer. Yeah, that's all right. That should do it. Okay, what's the plan? This'll do it. Here it comes. Right on the mark. Get some. Brace yourself. This will hurt.
What's the plan?
You rang? Crikey, here goes nothing. Here, this'll
Thank
help.
you.
Time to take a step back.
Let's see how you like this.
You're all right. Right? Okay. Hey, try this.
Thanks.
Does that feel better?
Brace yourself. This will hurt. Here, try this. This'll do it. You saved my
Very
bacon
well.
there.
Lend us your power. Spirit, protect us.
Full speed
Sacred
ahead.
powers,
I needed that.
lend us your power.
Aye, that should do it.
Thank you for your assistance.
You may feel a little
I'll cover
pain.
you. Damn it!
All right then. Spirits aid
I
me.
shall endeavour to return the
Does that feel
favour.
better?
I'm back in the game. Okay then. Here, try this. This'll do it.
How thoughtful of you.
Ow. Here it comes.
No.
I'll cover you.
Oh. Oh, I can't believe it. Whoa, this is crazy.
Right-o then.
Oh man.
Aye. Here, this'll help. Aye, this should do
You
it.
gotta survive, Elvis.
Let's see
A
now.
welcome intervention.
Hey,
You
try
have my
this.
thanks. Prepare to meet your maker. It is time to unleash my full potential. Hear my prayer.
Ah, much better.
There is much work yet to be done.
I'm up, huh?
They got me. Come on.
But what will become
I don't
of
think I'll
Randall?
ever get my head around what you did.
I wonder what's next for me.
This is interesting.
New powers flow within me.
New powers, huh?
So exciting.
I didn't think we were gonna be able to do it. Oh man, that was one of the toughest battles. Oracle. Okay. Oracles are masters of the esoteric.
Esoteric? Could it mean sexy?
I think it's a science term.
Fellas, esoteric means delicious.
Whose abilities allow them to manipulate even space and time to their advantage. Abilities: quick, enable an ally to deliver 50% more hits with the attack command for 2 turns. Slow, attempt to slow a target down. Yeah, it's interesting that he didn't have any helpers, you know? So it's like they knew he was going to be really hard even without any help. He hit hard with that bomb arm move, man. 2,000 damage? It's ridiculous. Alright guys, we're going to cut it here. I really tried not to have this episode be too much longer than an hour, but a lot happened, so thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you next week for the rest of the story. Bye.